From the depths of internet, we come to you. Bad news, good news, dead horse beating news. Even no news will stop us. We'll make news. Even if it is in dumpster fire. We bring you integrity, except when it's EA, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Star Citizen, practically all of them. Movies, shows, and other industry bullshit. This totally is not a waste of time, but it sure is. Space Waste News!
Hello and welcome to Space Waste News for December 11th, 2021. I'm your host, The Pilot. That's Yamix over there. He's actually the host, but I like to put my name first. And today we have a special guest with Foul Leaf, I believe. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Wolfinator or Wolfman or endless, countless
the
string
Wolfman.
of other handles he uses.
I mostly go by either Wolf or Foul Leaf these days.
All right, then. Deciding
fair
on
enough.
one is very important in this modern age. Well, unless, of course, you want your anonymity. Ha-ha!
I have a professional moniker and then a nickname my friends call me. So
Yeah, fair enough then.
For the record, I am aware of which day it is. And yeah,
really?
that's-
Are you sure?
yeah, you know what? It was a rough birthday. I went a little far.
Is it not
and,
Jupiter Day?
I would love a day called Jupiter Day. I would totally rock a Jupiter Day. That sounds awesome.
Instead, we have Sun Day. You know, that's all hail the sun.
Boo.
Praise the sun. Dark Soul.
What's Odin's Day? Is it Wednesday? I can't remember. Yeah, Mr. Wednesday. Yeah, okay. So Mr. Wednesday is Odin's Day. Thursday is Thor's Day. I can't remember the others, but yeah.
Well,
that's
Monday is
basically
for
how it works.
Moon. As far
what
as I
the
remember.
fuck are we talking about?
I don't know.
Wait, how do you guys not know this?
Lexicon.
You know the days of the week are named after different gods, right?
Not gods. I don't. No,
Well,
planetary stuff.
Some of the days
mythological
are.
beings.
Some of the days are.
Some of the days are.
All of
indeed.
them are actually. I just can't remember the rest of them. You don't
Well,
have to
alright
believe
then.
it. You could Google it yourselves.
I'm
gentlemen.
not
Anyway.
much of a language expert there, so. Oh well. Well, all right. Then.
Moving
We
on.
got some news for y'alls today about games and tech and a few other fucking things. So, who wants to go? Well, I also
Well, I
gonna
think
just
we
pick
just
the
start off with Elite because we're looking
Okay.
at it.
All right.
That probably
So
seems like the smartest way to
let's
go.
enter the boring time straight away. So. This week, Elite Dangerous released the update number 9, right? As the last update for the year, releasing not only just a couple of behind-the-scenes things, but actually the first new SRV since the Horizons launch in 2015, despite the fact that they did promise a new drivable buggy thing. So yeah, it's interesting that the reason why it's particularly interesting is that every time, ever since Horizons launched in 2015, fans in all the fan meetups always had that one person asking, or multiple people asking, well, when is a new, buggy coming? As Mr. Braben, the company
SRV.
CEO, the new SRV is coming, right? And always developers had deflected or just kept silent when that sort of a question came up. I even remember the last LaveCon I was visiting, right? And that was 2018. Let's see. Yeah, it was 18, I think. It was 19 is when the nonsense started and blah blah blah. But yeah, basically that was when that question still popped up and kept on popping up everywhere, literally. So now it's interesting that the new buggy nonsense is part of the expansion. And only expansion that they're still trying to fix it, but yeah, well, promises I guess can be easily broken in this industry. Regardless, the more important part of this update particularly was that they finally, seemingly at least, have introduced actual occlusion culling within the environment rendering and optimization and blah 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 basically. So yeah.
Wait, they didn't have AO all this time?
Nope. Actually, let's make this fun for the viewers as well. Let me just show you what basically was the part of the rendering pipeline in where's my fucking Reddit? There we go. How it looked basically if you used a render doc application and a program rather to examine how each frame is being rendered. And remember, it's from about the same perspective. So yeah, there you go. And you can't see the screen. There we go. Right, so update 8, which was a couple of days before, which was captured a couple of days before update 9 released, and this was update 9. As you can see, the stuff inside of the buildings were drawn first, and only then the exterior of the building. That's a bad practice, clearly, but yeah, since the update 9, it seems that they actually introduced proper culling, if you will, and frame rate has improved when there are no NPCs. Yeah, about that. When there are NPCs, yes, the frame rate is a little bit better because of that relieved render pipeline, blah, 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 or what it does, but yeah, it's still bad. On my RTX 2080, on maxed out graphical settings, when there's a conflict zone, just let's say 10 versus 10 NPCs fighting plus you, the frame rate drops to about 40 to 50, an average. So yeah, considering that in space you get up to 200s, maybe average 150, it's quite a drop, and indeed unacceptable performance to this day, still 7 months after the launch of this expansion, DLC, whatever you want to really call it, right? So yeah, however, at least we are seeing some performance improvements. It's just that it's been 7 fucking months, and arguably you can say that the executives and management is to be blamed for the fact that the product was pushed out that early without actually giving the time for development team to do what should have been done, which is, optimization, literally. And now we're finally seeing some first actual, real noticeable steps towards a better performance. Because before that, mostly it was for consistency of the frame rate, while it still retained the same shitty results. So there you go. If you were interested, yes, it's better, but no, it's nowhere near, well, maybe not nowhere near, but rather noticeably lower than Horizon's version, which is, without the DLC. So.
I mean, it makes sense to do backwards rendering for, like, transparent things. That's the only way how you can get transparency, kind of.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. There are windows and all that stuff, but however, with good occlusion culling, with good planning, blah blah blah, still the things that you don't need to render, you don't need to render, right? Or shouldn't be rendered and blah blah blah. So yes, optimization bottom line is not easy task to do, but yeah, I'd say that it's already quite it's been quite a long time since the thing launched, so only now seeing the performance change, kind of. It's not great. But yeah, but the bottom line is there's just a lot more story behind basically the development of this nonsense, and I am making a review for it, literally, and editing it before this stream, and after we'll do that as well. So,
is there anything to do yet? No.
You got the new SRV.
Okay, cool. Okay.
You get a new buggy. Oh, but yeah.
I just want something to do.
For
I just want
for
something
40
to do.
bucks.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you need gameplay when you get a buggy?
Well, exactly.
I mean, okay.
I mean, look at Star Citizen.
I mean, if Star Citizen can get away with it, then why can't you?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Fair hit. There's vehicles and ships in Star Citizen that really have no particular purpose right now. Like the
Or haven't been
the one I really want to play with, the salvage one, the Reclaimer. That thing is awesome and it's huge.
It looks really good, but goddammit, there's absolutely no use for it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There's no use for it right now at the moment. But the thing is, I know eventually. Like actually, I know that early next year there's going to be a use for it. They're gonna roll in salvage pretty soon.
We'll see
so
about that.
I can look forward to that. I know that eventually the thing that I'm looking at will have a use. Why is the new buggy just a better buggy? Is there an incentive to use the old buggy?
Frankly speaking, the old one is old one's better. Sure, the new one has more armor and more DPS and whatnot else, but the problem is that everything else is worse. Just maneuverability is far worse because it barely can lift itself even on low G planets. It barely moves, if you will, in comparison, and well, carry capacity wise also it's half of the normal one. So fun times. But hey, at least it looks cool. Even though it's...
They consider that a noob trap, though.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I don't understand the point of it. Can someone explain to me the point?
Okay, so, Pilot, for you specifically, right? In Elite Dangerous or Star Citizen or any other space game out there, you, in particular, have demonstrated the type of person who wouldn't ask why do we need just another thing. You constantly go for, but I want the new ships.
That's true.
That's literally what you said about Odyssey. And hold on, I have a perfect prop for this. Right. So basically, the new SRV is this.
Jingling keys.
Exactly.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Here's the thing, guys. I have no problem with adding a new thing just to have a new thing. That's fine. But I do want my new thing to have like some purpose. If I have a gun and it does the job and then they add a new gun that's exactly the same and no different, or it's slightly different but doesn't really do anything better or worse, it doesn't really add anything, I'm not going to like it. I like adding new things. Yes, great, wonderful. But I want those new things to, have a point. And I don't think that's unreasonable.
For some weird reason,
right?
I just constantly remember this one creator constantly saying that he wanted new ships. Doesn't matter what they were. He just constantly said that he just wanted new ships. I wonder who that was.
The thing about new ships, and I want to call to another game, Warframe.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Yeah,
that does kind of the same thing. It just comes out with new frames every once in a while. Yeah, just every once in a while. Here's a new frame. Here's a new frame. Here's a new frame. Yeah, and no content creators going, oh, we want new frames because they're coming out every 3 months.
Difference also with the Warframe is that every frame has a rather unique approach and style to it as well. Not only just in a visual, but actual gameplay wise. Because
exactly, which is the thing.
And blah blah blah. And in the recent times, they are also releasing a new one that is basically the sentient one, sort of a mix or whatnot else. So
yeah. So
actually, you know what?
It just sounds like Elite. Sorry, go ahead.
You're right. I mean, that's different to me. Warframe releasing a new frame every couple of months just to say, hey, look, here's some new skin that you can do. It's not significantly different or better or anything like that. That is different for me than just releasing a new SRV that doesn't really do anything.
Well, it does.
That is different. I don't know why it is.
Stats. It's literally is meant for slightly different work.
Yeah, but the SRV is slightly different. The new gun in my analogy is also slightly different. Doesn't mean it's any better or worse. But you're right. The comparison is different. I don't know why it's different for me. I mean, it could be that I'm just totally. I still have a chip on my shoulder from Elite, and I could be just biased, but I'm a little disappointed. I want that new SRV to be attached to a story. That would make me feel better. Give it a new gameplay loop. That would make me feel better too.
It kind of
That
reminds
doesn't
me
seem
of this thing
unreasonable.
called Warframe again. I wonder why.
I mean,
works.
Warframe even has its own like space combat thingy, which is the what was it called?
Railjack.
They had a
Railjack,
specific
yeah.
the Railjack, yeah. Fucking Railjacks are basically the same thing but get new skins and people are still enjoying them a lot. So I don't know what Elite's doing wrong. I know.
May I introduce you to my video series called Hypercritical Reviews? Currently,
Both of
an
you to
hour and
assume
a
I watch
half.
your videos.
Those videos will easily answer all the questions, and more that you need to know. Shameless plug. All right. Well, in any case, yeah, Elite has released first glimpses of potential optimization, and yeah, it's been a long time, and it's still nowhere to the point that you'd expect the version of Odyssey to come to consoles. However, who knows? Maybe within their year in review, or whatever they want to call it, for the anniversary of the game coming in 5 days, that is 16th December, and when they will do apparently their last stream of the year, and discuss such future things, and just simply talk about the year or more or whatnot else. Who knows? Maybe they'll tell us something about consoles, but until then, frankly speaking, looking at the current performance that Elite is exhibiting on my recommended spec VR machine, basically, the PIS Station number 4 and the X-Bone ain't gonna run this thing in the current state, so it needs more work. And yeah.
What do you think would be worse, actually? In their end of year stream, they actually address the issues and tell you, hey, we're working on it. Or they bring in Will Smith and do an Elite Dangerous Rewind.
Well, more likely to do Will Smith, I guarantee you, because first of all, Frontier is very keen on spending money on outside creators and people to present their thing and basically do the marketing spiel rather than actually be honest, or at least an upfront company that discusses things in a not corporate way. Frontier Developments, those that don't know, is very corporate these days, especially. Actually, now that I think of it, ever since the beginning, they've always been like that. It's just that now that it's more apparent. Oh well, there you go.
And besides, Will Smith is busy climbing mountains. That's his new show, Climbing Mountains.
It's not gonna stop him, you know. He's gonna stream from some fucking mountain somewhere and go, guys, Elite Dangerous is good. It's hot.
Oh god! Actually, speaking of YouTube Rewind, that's a good segue. Did you hear that? Well, first of all, they said that no more YouTube Rewinds for the YouTube, right? However, they are bringing, well, not exactly it back, but something instead of it. It's called Escape 2021, and what they're gonna do.
So that's why they disabled dislikes.
A funny thing is that they will be launching that escape thingamajig 4 days after the dislike button has been fully removed, or API support for it has been removed completely. Which is on, again, 16th December. And what they will do, surprisingly, is do some live stream thing with some polls or questionnaires or what the fuck ever else. And then as you participate in it as a viewer, eventually once all the tasks or whatever are completed, apparently there will be a music event for those that have completed it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. They're trying so hard.
I'm just tired of the freaking constant try shorts. Tell us your favorite shorts lover. Oh, aren't shorts amazing? No, they're not.
Surprisingly,
Please
actually,
stop.
only one of my shorts that is actually being viewed on consistent basis, surprisingly to myself as well, is my short about what is Star Citizen. It suddenly one day just started gaining views, and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh no!
It's when YouTube like recommends your shorts from
I
time to time. They
know.
just do a random fucking short in your like phone feed or something.
Yeah, there has been a couple of investigations by a couple of people, starting, of course, with Spiff in Britain. His sort of push for just general.
Did he ever finish his experiment?
I don't.
Oh, so that
One,
means that the YouTube home feed is perfectly balanced. Nice.
No, it's fucking land. No.
no, he
Sure.
did that experiment where he started 2 different shorts
Yeah,
channels, and one
he
was like
wanted to,
professional.
but I haven't heard anything back. But then again, I don't have the time to actually look it up. So.
I think they contacted him and made him stop or not release the data.
Cease
to
and
say.
desist of the data, yeah.
No, not exactly, but
Stop breaking the platform.
who knows? Who
Stop
knows,
exploiting our platform.
Oh, nine. Not like you have plenty of click farms already abusing your fucking system. Oh. And content ID is totally not broken. Oh, no.
And we're totally not bringing back 30 seconds of unskippable ads. Oh no.
Eh,
That poor dude who had 150 videos removed the other day.
Oh, that was
I know.
oh,
Yeah, that's what I was
fucking
referring.
Toei animations, man.
Yep.
40
Hey, we
years
have company
challenge
with intellectual IP thingamajig, and we must defend it. Otherwise, we allow it, this sort of thing to fester. And sometimes you can understand the company and their, legal obligations, but the instances like these are just no. And that's why copyright law can go fuck itself. Truly.
Okay. I'm going. This is an important topic, and I do want to come back to it. But Brian in the YouTube chat just did a very meta heavy joke that pretty much is exclusively for Americans. And wow, dude, I
Oh, I get it. Fuck.
yeah.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Yeah, okay, I don't get it. Oh well.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's a thing I don't want to get into. But yeah, well done, sir. Well done. Yeah, no, look, realistically, yeah, YouTube's kind of broken, and yeah, it needs to be fixed. And hopefully, this case will actually be some kind of motivation for them to go, oh wow, okay, it's going to take him 40 years to challenge all these claims of which Toei Animation isn't going to respond, and the videos will go back up online anyway. This was a huge and massive waste of time and nothing but a foot bullet for this kid. That's not okay. We should probably revamp the system a little bit, and it might take a while, but hopefully this will be a step in the right direction. He probably did us all a huge favor. Cross your fingers,
I still
Maybe
remember
this
back
is
in the day, the same thing actually happened with, well, not exactly the same, but very similar stuff happened with Team 4-Star 2, right? The Toei Animation also claimed the parts of Dragon Ball abridged and all that stuff multiple times through the 10 years that they've been, more actually, that they've been making the content. So, yeah.
Yeah, Toei Animation is not the best company when it comes to copyright claims.
Speaking of Japanese companies, may I introduce you to Fuck Konami?
Ah, yes. Fuck Konami.
Yes, indeed. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh,
what have they done this time?
No, it's just a yearly or
just in
bi-monthly
general?
reminder to fuck Konami.
Don't fuck
no, just
Konami.
in
That's how they
general,
duplicate.
yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm going to do my little segment here. Young Justice, Hawkeye, and Expanse have all recently picked up again on their new seasons, or in this case, their first seasons. I actually kind of recommend all of them. I've been enjoying the hell out of Hawkeye, and I think it's a nice humanizing experience and actually makes his character more developed and fleshed out, and he's legitimately funny. He's just a normal guy getting his ass beaten and handed to him, and walking around kind of broken, and everyone's like, thank you for being a superhero. He's like, yeah, thanks. Cool. I'm going to put my hearing aid back in now. Thanks. I think it's been an interesting look, and I highly recommend it. I know you hate the hell out of Young Justice because you
Yes,
have no
I do,
soul.
and fuck that show.
But that show has actually gone into a lot more deeper lore, and I'm going to ruin stuff. Spoiler alert.
Literally not a single
Spoiler
fuck is
alert.
being given right now.
I know, but if anybody out there, just plug your ears for the next 30 seconds or so. The guy who creates this show is a guy by the name of Greg Weisman. He's also the dude who he's worked at DC Comics before, but more importantly, he's the dude who created Gargoyles, if you remember that show from back in the day.
Oh,
So,
Oh.
yeah, but here's the
Okay.
really cool thing. The latest episode that just aired, a bunch of the Magic users, including Zatanna and Nobody and the youngest Shazam girl, I can't remember the other two. I think Whisper? No, anyway,
Condiment
they go
King.
visit. Shut up. They go visit. They go visit Jason Blood, who's also Etrigan in his tower, and while he's talking, one of the other characters is walking around, and she goes, "What's this?" And she reaches out, and it's the fucking Phoenix Gate. And I'm like, "That's the Phoenix Gate. That doesn't belong there. What the hell?" And she continues walking around, and there's Odin's Eye, there's the Grimoire. I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's a deep cut. And I'm sorry, that's fucking awesome. That is awesome. And if you caught it, please tell me you're geeking out about it as much as I am. I thought it was great.
is it on par with the Thor 2 armory scene?
The Thor 2 armory scene.
Where was it Loki or whoever the fuck was going through the armory, and there was Thanos' glove, the some other stuff that was there, including a tesseract and everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, if you're
That was the Thor 3 Ragnarok, wasn't it?
No, in Ragnarok, Hela specifically called out to that scene
fake, yeah.
by doing the fake thingy.
Yeah.
No,
Gotcha.
I mean, look, if you're very specific type of nerd that grew up with gargoyles and comic books and everything like that, then this is a big fucking deal, because it means that universe is shared, and that's a whole different thing. But if not, if you're slightly younger or slightly older and you just don't give a shit and you go, "Why are you watching a cartoon?" Then no, I can't help you. I think it's amazing. There's a very small overlap of people who are right there with me, but I think it was amazing. It's a good show. I think you should watch it. I highly recommend it.
And I do
Speaking
not.
of good shows,
Yeah.
segue, Space Marine 2, boys.
Ah, yes. Yes, indeed.
Space Marine 2. Fucking hell, that looked amazing.
Well, it's a trailer for the new game, right? I'm not sure if it was made by Astartes, but it had the similar, at least, quality of Astartes based cinematics, since he is or they are working for Games Workshop these days.
Yeah, but the thing is, Space Marine 1, the game that came out in like 2014 or something, it was one of the best, if not the best, Warhammer games ever released.
There are not that many good ones either which way, so...
It doesn't matter, it's still the best.
Oh, no, absolutely, sure, why not? Certainly we'll like to see some more heresy being purged, it's wonderful.
And I rewatched the Total Biscuit WTF is Space Marine video, where he reviews the game, did his first impression, rest in peace. And the thing I immediately noticed from the trailer was that the bolt guns sound fucking amazing. They sound a lot better than in the first game, and in the first game they sounded fucking good.
I'm going to take the moment to say that.
But okay, yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to take the moment to say that for me, and I'm pretty sure for Yemix, because we've had this discussion, we're both massive fans of Warhammer's world building and its massive
yes.
lore and everything like that. But we know kind of fuck all about the rest of it.
Join the club.
I played the game once. I love the lore.
Which game?
Absolutely. The tabletop.
Okay.
Oh, you actually played the tabletop?
Yeah, it
God
was
damn.
in
Fucking
it
nerd.
was in Ah, damn it. Ah, I think it was Hypertown.
Yeah, that's the other
here in
thing.
Latvia, or was it Unicorn? Either which one, but yeah.
That's
I
the
tried.
other thing. Like, there's Warhammer people who are like strictly tabletop, and then there's Warhammer people who are strictly one of the 60 licensed games, or some of those games,
Or mod
those other
versions
games, or
of
the-
other games
Yeah.
too.
And then there's that where you just go, oh, you actually played the tabletop, you fucking nerd. Like, wait a minute. How the hell do you spot another Warhammer fan? Not to mention its roots are like in every other fucking fandom of every other game. It's like cancer on the spinal cord of any kind of sci-fi. Space Marines are Warhammer, but now Power Armor Marines are literally in everything. How the fuck
it's
do you
obscenely
find a Warhammer
absurd,
fan?
if you will. So that absurdness kind of carries. It can be both really serious and it can be super silly. So I don't know. There's that quality that it can be applied to literally everything because of that weird juxtaposition, if you will.
I mean, just to add to the two types of people, there's a third type of person. Actually, there's two more types of people in the Warhammer sort of fan base. There's the people who just read the books, that are just massive fans of the books, of like anything that is to do with the books, and any games that come from Warhammer. They're like, ew, games? What the fuck? No. And then there's people like me who absorb most of their Warhammer knowledge through memes.
Yeah.
Basically,
okay,
the cancer of a cancer. Okay, fantastic.
Well,
Hey,
well, my
if
question is this,
I
is
can
like-
be called the ultra cancer of a fucking Warhammer goddamn fan base, I'm fine with that. Because I'm the ultra cancer. Yeah, I'm the ultramarine. Go fuck yourself.
I can't top that. Let's move on.
All right then.
Talk about something terrible. You have a paper launch on there. Go for it.
Oh, okay. We have tech stuff, right? So those that didn't notice for some weird fucking reason, this week Nvidia released, or rather, paper launched, basically without any sort of a pre-existing distribution of review samples and so on and so forth to media. Just simply pushed it out. Old graphics card, an RTX 2060 12 gigabyte. Previously it was 6 gigabyte only, so now they basically doubled the video RAM for it and just re-released it. Now one can say that because of the increased memory capacity, and the shortages that have been in the past, it's not the greatest move. However, on the other hand, considering that the silicon shortage and chip sizes and all that stuff that come from the 2000 series cards, they are far easier to push out than the 3000 series or any of the older ones, which on the other hand is that good move. So it's kind of a mixed thing, and when it comes down to the price, well, there's not really an MSRP out there. Some say that it might be something like 600 to 700 dollars, I think it was, or was it euros? Yeah, euros, and then more or less equivalent to the dollar nonsense, 680 to about 750 or something like that. But regardless, so yeah. The card is basically positioned to be in between the old RTX 2060 and the 2070. 2060 Super. So yeah, the extra video memory is always nice, especially for the more modern games, Star Citizen. But generally, yeah.
Can you buy it?
No.
No.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's a good question, right? So. Yeah, the retailers, they do post it out there, but, well, at least here in Latvia, obviously, it's a slightly different story than more general global markets, but, yeah, it's just like many other graphics cards, which are just on the brink of extinction. However, hey, it will be in bigger masses, at least, than the 3000 series, so, hey, at least some folks will be able to get it.
So is it the equivalent of an RTX 2060 Super Ti?
No, it is below
No?
it. It's in between the 2060 and the 2060 Super.
So it's not a 2060 Ti.
No.
How can we care? The 40 series is coming out next year.
It's
Not
coming
that you're
in
going to
less
be
than a
able to
month.
get it.
Yeah, that is true.
But I'm saying, if we're talking about cards that we can't buy anyway, for fuck's sake, at least let's go for shoot for the stars a little bit.
Just
We're gonna talk.
look,
I-
Team Green, in my personal opinion, Team Green has been on the decline for years now. Yeah, that's just
They haven't been,
How?
competing, or rather, they haven't had any real competition, just like Intel, until AMD with their Ryzen series came out, and then Intel picked
Okay.
up. So yeah, with
Guys.
the Nvidia, it's been literally since. Hold on, I think it was 4000 series, HD 4000 series, when last AMD Radeon series was on top. After that, after the dual GPU, whatever monstrosity they released at the 4000 series, since then they've been basically sort of catching up, and even then questionably so. Mostly going for the budget market, or the most biggest quantity, the mid performance market. And yeah, sure, but
Yeah. Here's the thing, guys. Look, realistically, I understand and I appreciate what you're saying, and that when AMD swings for the fences, yeah, they usually hit a home run. And it's great, and it's wonderful. And I'm still not going to buy it, and the vast majority of people probably shouldn't still buy it either, because it's not just about the chip. It's not about the performance. It's literally the back-end infrastructure for the entire rest of the industry. The world is pre-built to work with NVIDIA and Intel. Operating systems are pre-built to work with NVIDIA and Intel first.
well, how do you think you
AMD
change that?
second.
How do you think you change that?
You know what? Yeah, absolutely. Let's convince all devs to actually go and incentivize and optimize for both simultaneously. I'm sure that'll go over well. I really
see,
think that's a winning strategy.
In this kind of a pressure, the system that is development usually comes out with something more convenient for the developers to do, right? So instead of fucking optimizing for both NVIDIA and AMD, let's make a framework that does that for you, aka Vulkan, for example.
I can appreciate that. I even like that concept. Let's have an intermediary open source framework that everyone can build off of and work off of, and this and that. But that's
graphics
not how we
API has
work.
been
That's
there forever. It's just that they've
No,
been
I get it.
changing for
Look,
a while.
what I'm
Usually
saying
they're
is
about
that's
the
not
same
how.
on all. Usually they've been about the same on all types of hardware. I remember when the Direct 12 came out, right? And Mantle at the time was also, sort of being spotted here and there in the wild. Some, in some instances or some specific render, well, setups, if you will, specifically the AMD was in front of Nvidia's rather than the vice versa. However, for the most part, it was interesting that the difference between graphics APIs was bigger than between the manufacturers, as in Mantle, or these days Vulkan, is slightly behind DirectX in performance-wise in the same sort of a scene. No. It's hard to kind of compare because there aren't that many games using both of those. But, in a fair few ones, these days, about the same. It's just that thieving marks, thieving issues, if you will, for either one of the
It's
APIs.
not
when they are
the
fresh.
same though. For a lot of things, yes, you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. In a walled garden scenario, yes, the difference between them are negligible, and more importantly, you can actually get AMD to outperform NVIDIA a lot of the time, even on the lower grade cards that should not be able to compete directly with each other. 100% correct.
It's called Linux,
The world.
but
Yeah, exactly. But the world does not work that way.
yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it just it just is the way it is. And yes, I wish there was a better solution. Yes, I wish that we had an independent framework of which both companies competed directly and everything like that. But we don't live in that kind of fucking world. If we can't fix capitalism, we can't fix this. So,
What the fuck?
That's
I'm sorry,
American thinking
what the
way.
fuck?
I know, right? America.
No. This sounds like, so we can't fix the hunger in Africa, so let's not fix the supermarket.
No. This goes back to a very simpler analogy. When you were a kid, did your parents like tell you finish your food on your plate because there's starving kids in Africa?
Fuck no, that's abusive.
Yes, exactly. Well, guess what happened to me? But the thing I asked when I hit like 9 years old, I went, okay, and I got up and I left the table and they said, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I'll be right back." I went and grabbed one of my dad's stationery envelopes. I came back. I said, "How do I put the food in here so I can send it to that kid?" And of course, my parents, cracked up, and I didn't really understand what the hell the joke was. But that's the point. It's the small little intricate details about how this all works. Yes, you have excess food. Yes, we can produce more food and more than enough food to feed everyone on the planet twice over. But it's a matter of money. Yes, there are starving kids in Africa. No, we can't ship them our fucking leftovers at the end of every day. McDonald's doesn't travel well.
How do you change the amount of money that goes into a specific company's infrastructure in this industry if not with your own wallet? So
you
telling somebody to like
vote with your wallet.
Yeah, so telling somebody
Yes.
that like, hey, buy Nvidia because most of the games are like built around Nvidia, even though the difference is quite honestly negligible, right?
Okay, no, wait, hold on. You want to make the argument to vote with your wallet, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. This does not work in late stage capitalism. And that's what we all are in, whether we like it or not. That kind
Okay,
of
keep your freedom on the other side of the pond, please.
It's not I'm actually not saying it's a good thing. I'm saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I know.
What I'm trying to tell you is that voting with your wallet or thinking you have any kind of choice or anything like that, it really doesn't matter anymore. Bigger companies like Nvidia will eventually eat any kind of direct competitor. Eventually, they'll buy out.
Oh,
AMD.
they've been trying.
For the moment,
Nvidia been trying to get ARM, and FCC tried to sue them for that to stop the acquisition of ARM, right? And
that's the point.
Did talk about that, yeah. So yeah, it's not
exactly. That's the point entirely. Is that if you can't directly do it, if you can't compete, or you don't want to compete, you'll cheat. You'll go buy the infrastructure underneath it. You'll go license this thing or copyright that thing, which stops your competitor from being able to work.
Yeah, this is why the reason we have RTX, RTX is an NVIDIA specific thing. At least it was.
Yeah.
And it's honestly just sugar. It's just sugar on some visual stuff. At least as far as I know.
For the time being, ray tracing as a method, yeah, it's in its absolute infancy, even though it's been in infancy for the last about 20 years or so. But regardless, the point is that, well, it's at that sort of a stage that it could start being more popular, and rather is trying to be popularized, even if it is just because, hey, Nvidia decided, well, fuck it, let's pull a trigger that our competitor just is unable to do, right? And just capitalize the sort of market share of ray tracing. That is the next sort of step in basically rendering techniques. So
I'm gonna make one.
Yes.
I'm gonna make one last analogy, and we'll move on. I promise.
do tell.
If you did you know that we have the ability right now to make light bulbs that will last 100 years. Okay? It doesn't cost that much more to make these than it costs to make a standard light bulb. But about 60 years ago, we had this tech about 60 years ago too. And the reason we don't do this is because all of the major light bulb manufacturers across the planet got together and said, well, this is really bad for business. All of us will be out of business, within 10 years or 20 years if we just only sell, a handful of light bulbs a year. Because, you got to consider breakage and shit. So we're going to roll back our standards and make a pact with all of each other that says, if you make a light bulb that lasts more than 10,000 hours, then, you're banned and you have to pay a fine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we intentionally make light bulbs worse so that the light bulb manufacturers can stay in business. There's no way to fight that by voting with your wallet. Do you understand what I'm saying? We don't
it's a
have a
conspiracy
choice.
conspiracy level stuff, mate.
Yeah, it is. You know what? Hold on. First of all, that's very well documented. You can
Planned
Google it yourself.
obsolescence and so on and so forth. It's not like it
yes,
hasn't happened.
exactly.
That is true. I mean, in
Yeah, exactly.
recent times,
Yeah,
even
this
the
is
shortage was with the RAM price gouging. I think it was the main manufacturers were caught.
That was another big one too.
Corroborating too. So it's not like it doesn't attempt to happen, but methinks pilot stretches a bit.
I am dead serious. You can go look this up. This is very public knowledge. They don't even try to hide it. Whatever, it's fine. You don't have to believe me. I don't really give a shit. My point being is that the system as it is right now, the world is built for NVIDIA. It's built for Intel because they have the right connections. They got there first, or they did this, or they did that. But that's the way it is. You don't have to like it. I don't like it. And I think it discourages innovation and change, but it is what it is. It's important to recognize what you're looking at. That's all.
Well, all right then. Next news piece, then I suppose. Oh,
Well,
God.
excuse me, princess.
All right.
Right, what you
I'm
got?
sorry.
No.
we're
Okay,
doing
I'll
me?
pick a Fuck it. I'll pick a topic about Sonic
You haven't
2.
picked the topic, honey. Sonic
Alright.
2 looks fucking great, dude.
Yeah, so after the surprising, well, mediocre success of the Sonic movie, which was a mediocre movie, but yeah, considering that they had to literally redo.
Excuse me. Mediocre movie carried by Jim Carrey.
That is true. That and
What?
actually surprisingly decent redone character design. Oh, guys, I can't imagine how it would look in the old.
Pardon me.
Yes.
That movie was carried by Ben Schwartz, the voice of Sonic, John Ralphio. Okay.
Partially
No one can tell me
sure, but I'd say Jim Carrey actually was a bigger influence there. But nah, well, I just simply like his performances most of the time, and
Why?
he's perfect for that.
He's not a fat man. Why is
I
he?
know, but how
why is he
are you gonna
Eggman?
do this? How are you gonna do it feasibly?
Look, there were two choices for Eggman
Yeah.
in my mind. It was either Jim Carrey or Jack Black.
Actually,
I would have
yeah.
taken Jack Black.
Yeah, me too. Kind of surprisingly. However, Jack Black is sometimes a bit much in places where he doesn't
Yeah,
need
but
to. However, Carrie has that comedic, push or at least understanding where to be.
Besides,
over the top.
Carrey owns the insane characters. He just
Absolutely. I mean, he is
whenever he
Grinch.
wants-
For fuck's sakes.
Sure.
One of you has to say something now.
Penis. There you go.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
penis,
talking
penis,
about
penis,
the things
yeah,
you don't
okay.
have.
Oh my.
Actually, now that you mention it, I really would have taken Jack Black, and I think he would have done a great animated role. And the freaking poofy mustache, when he gets zapped by something, I think that would have been perfect. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
but
Now I
I
regret
think
that he's not it.
Tone-wise, Jack Black would not fit in the movie. He has a
Yeah.
completely different tone to each of his characters that does not fit with the Sonic movie, unfortunately.
I
Yep.
feel like Jim Carrey is dead inside.
This is what
Like
you want
any
with Dr. Eggman.
long-lasting. Listen,
I mean,
any
he's
long-lasting
fighting literal
comedian-
hedgehogs. I mean, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to be.
any long-lasting comedian that has gone for way past the point where they have the depression and would have taken a gun to their head, eventually they break. And I'm sorry, you kind of like watch an interview with Jim Carrey and you can see it in his eyes, like, I should have died 10 years ago. I want to give him a hug, but at the same time, maybe retire. Maybe.
Well, you can do the Brendan Fraser's sort of a decline as well. It could be
Oh,
worse.
let's not talk about Brandon Fraser. His
Yeah.
decline was not his fault.
Yeah.
He was
that
fucked
poor
over
guy.
indeed.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah.
at least he's sort of
That poor dude.
at least appearing in the media a bit more, and you know, he's recovering, so that's good.
Yeah, The Mummy holds a special place in my heart.
Me too. Yeah, it was actually fun and engaging movie. Well, movie trio technically, but yeah, trilogy. There we go.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, there's gonna be Knuckles now.
Yeah, there
Knuckles.
Will be that indeed. Yeah. So basically, the second movie's trailer had been released during the Game Awards. So yeah, that's still a thing, and we'll probably talk about that a little bit. And but yeah, speaking of movies, actually from Sonic, there was another specific soon to be released movie in the crossover to kind of games, Matrix stuff, the Matrix Unreal 5 demo thing. Now, personally speaking, I am a fan of Matrix nonsense and, you know, all that stuff. However, the problem is that they released this so-called demo for Unreal 5 on the fucking consoles. And thus, yeah, you can't fucking experience it unless you have the fucking consoles. What the fuck was that for a decision? But oh well.
So like Matrix 2 and 3, it doesn't exist.
That maybe for you.
No, it is.
Honestly,
2 and 3
Matrix 2 and 3 are good movies. They are good movies.
What?
For me, they
what?
were all
And by
right.
what metric?
By whichever metric you want, my dude, but they are good movies. They're not great. They're not the best. They aren't
absolutely
on
not.
par with the original Matrix, right? But they are good movies.
They are certainly more interesting than most other stuff that came at the time, or rather even today. So.
Or any other movie that the Wachowski sisters have tried to do since then.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Definitely not. Wrong.
Wait,
Incorrect.
Okay.
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
But okay, after Matrix, the last Matrix, they released only one movie as far as I know, and that was that Cinderella in Space one.
Jupiter Rising?
Yeah, there we go. That was the only one that I know of. Did they actually do anything
What
else?
is wrong with both of you? Speed Racer is a fucking treasure.
Oh, they did Speed Racer.
Jesus Christ, they did.
Yes.
Fuck, man.
What is
okay,
wrong with you guys?
I take it back. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Love that movie.
All right
God.
then. I need to watch it. Though. I think I saw it, like clips of it when it sort of came out, but nothing since then. Kind of forgot about that. Oh well. Well, there you go.
Well,
It's
but in any case,
favorites right
the Matrix demo that came out on consoles, isn't that kind of a good thing because we see how good Unreal Engine 5 can look on a console?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely a good demo for just showcasing the engine. Because the funny thing is, it's technically the first real playable, experienceable demo thing. Because hint, hint, wink, wink, the actual first Unreal 5 game will be a fucking Fortnite. I shit you not.
I
They
mean,
announced
same
it.
company. Same company. Of course, it's gonna be Fortnite.
Yeah, I
What
kind
else
of
is it gonna
expected
be?
Unreal Tournament, frankly speaking, to be as their poster child, as they usually do with Unreal Engines. but I
Doesn't
guess
Unreal
not.
Tournament belong to somebody else though? Not
Nope.
Epic?
No, it's Epic. It's Epic.
You
After
sure?
Unreal 3, after Unreal 3, they were fully Epics. I think. Actually, I'll.
It's a different department, but yes, it's the same.
Unreal
Anyway.
Tournament.
So
Yeah,
while
fair.
you're looking
Okay.
that up, I'm going to say Expanse Season 6 popped on my birthday, and James S.A. Corey, you know, he really stepped up and gave me the best birthday present out of everybody. I think he really set a high bar, releasing a whole day early just because of me. I mean, I really do feel honored.
Are you done flagellating yourself?
No, I could probably go on for a while, but I'll take a break for you if you find the information.
Okay.
You want. You have to speak now. That's
Okay,
how this bit
fine.
works.
Jesus Christ, I really have absolutely no thoughts about the season 6 because, Jesus, I haven't seen it. However, I know a thing about Expanse that is potentially coming in the future, and that will be in the form of a Telltale game. Yes,
Oh,
apparently.
Telltale's still alive.
Yes,
Holy shit.
surprisingly, they are returning from the dead, and their first game, since the debacle that happened with their company a little while back, will be the Expanse-based, Telltale game, because all the Telltale games are literally the same fucking thing, but you get the point. So yeah, that's apparently announced, and woo, if you're interested, personally speaking, I'm just curious to see whether or not they fuck up again, but oh well.
Time
I'm
will tell. As
well,
far as I know, they have a
if
new
we're gonna
CEO, right?
I'm not sure. Actually, haven't followed up on the company's nonsense myself. I did see the what was it? The documentary that I think it was No Clip released. Yes, I think it was No Clip who made the documentary. But yeah, and Pilot, you can go fuck yourself, you fucking piece of shit, trash panda looking pile of crap.
Wow, okay.
Yes. There you go.
Well, you two just get a room, goddamn.
Oh, that was great. Trash pan. I don't give a shit about Telltale or the devs who spun off of Telltale or the other people who did this or this. I don't really give a shit. I care about Expanse, which is why I brought it up. And the opening episode was okay. I mean, look, the bar for standard for me was set at the last episode of season 5 with the best fight scene that show has ever done, or any space show has ever done, and the Rocinante like literally ripping through like 5 different ships, and it's amazing, and I frequently watch it at least once a month just to remind myself how epic these things can be. So I'm a little okay. We're catching up with people. Everyone's sad. Everyone's kind of depressed. Kind of a bummer of an episode, but I'm hoping it'll pick up. I'm thinking I have high hopes and it'll be good. Now go watch it. Now go ahead, talk about your Telltale stuff.
No, that was it. That was it.
That was it, yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Oh.
So, instead of that, we do have a couple of topics, even though we are past the hour mark, but, we can keep going a little bit. Yeah, surprisingly. With more hosts, it's easier and more interesting. Also, the fact that this week was particularly heavy with all sorts of interesting news. So, yeah. How about we go into the big topic that is the Game Awards and the bullshit around it, basically. So yeah, basically, Game Awards happened, and as a matter of fact, there are just, I think, 30 fucking categories there we go. Let me just put it on screen so that folks can see. There we go. We got the Game of the Year winner for that is It Takes Two, since that is actually one of the topics that Olive here picked up. Why don't you enlighten us?
Honestly, out of the 6 games that I see on screen right now, It Takes Two is miles better than all of them. I'd wager to say that It Takes Two is better than all of them combined.
Even Psychonauts 2?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It's not a masterpiece. It's not the greatest game ever made, but personally, it was a great experience with me and my girlfriend. We sat down, we spent like a week going through It Takes Two, which isn't one game. It's like, what is it, 8 bite-sized games packed into one, back to back. Just, here's a new area, here's a new mechanic, have fun. Yeah, it's a very linear game. The story is very sweet. I cried at the end. I'm like not ashamed to admit it. And yeah, what can I say about the other games in here? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, that was, as far as I know, it was kind of meh. Deathloop was marred with issues with the fact that you couldn't even play as the
Deathloop paid to be onto that list.
Yeah, Deathloop probably paid to be onto that list.
No, the thing
Resi Village, I watched it. It was nothing to write home about. I've forgotten most of the game already. I know Big Mommy Milkers.
Yeah, basically that's the only rememberable. Yeah, remember
Big Mommy Milkers and Meth Werewolf. Those are the only 2 things I remember from the game.
Pretty much. Now, generally speaking, right? So Deathloop actually does deserve to be in this list because it is one of the fair few unique sort of mainstream immersive sims out there. And then usually when they get, well, it is.
How much are they paying you?
Now the thing, I'm not saying it's
This
a good
video is
thing.
sponsored by Ubisoft.
Oh boy, fuck no! But this is the Arcane Studios, you dumb fuck. Can't you read?
So it's sponsored by Ubisoft. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh god! Speaking of that, in the news, Ubisoft is actually bringing out NFT nonsense for their games, and they will start with a Ghost Recon Breakpoint. So look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. But anyways.
Wait. Hold on a minute. I need to take this moment. I need to take this exact moment that I know you shit all over Star Citizen whenever you get the chance, because that's your shtick. That's your fun.
I'd
and
never
that
had
you always
that in my
accuse that
mind
company.
right now, but okay, what's up?
Just shut up. You accuse the company consistently of selling JPEGs for money. And now we are living in the era of NFTs, and where every game company is literally selling JPEGs for money. And Star Citizen is not doing that.
Honestly, I am surprised that like Genshin Impact wasn't the first one that did
Or
that.
any other
Or any other gacha game.
Yeah, basically.
I want an apology. I want an apology from Yemix. I want him to say, you know what? Props to them for not jumping on the NFT train.
Hold on. You're so far in denial, my friend, that you think that that a game that doesn't quite literally massacre somebody in front of everyone, just doesn't rip their throat out with a rusty knife, deserves an applause for not doing it? Are you the fuck?
No. Hold on.
Hey,
hold
a
on.
game didn't do a bad thing. Pat on the back. Yeah, boy.
Congratulations. Not quite as much of an asshole award.
No.
Actually,
I have
yes, in this
standards.
day and age,
Fuck
yes.
this noise. Microtransactions are bad.
Yes.
I'm not gonna celebrate
fine.
the fact that the game doesn't fuck up every 5 seconds. Jesus.
I'm just saying, like, if I think it would be a perfect segue for NFTs for Star Citizen. I'm kind of happy that they didn't do it. You know, literally, it would be selling JPEGs and crypto, and I'm glad they didn't do it, and I'm happy about it.
Give them time.
And I think that deserves a little recognition.
Give them
I'd guess the only reason they haven't done that yet is because they haven't figured out how to word the Kickstarter for the NFTs.
Oh no, they moved away from the Kickstarter like 3 years ago.
Originally, the Kickstarter for Star Citizen was basically a stopgap because their own made service for crowdfunding crashed. That was sort of the reason why they appeared on Kickstarter.
So they haven't figured out how to crowdfund NFT development yet.
That is another company that works on the website based.
It's actually very easy to make NFTs.
Look, stop massacring my joke.
Okay, moving on then. What do we got for the games of the year? After the game of the year, we got a best game direction, and that winner is, of course, Deathloop or maybe not, of course, but there you go. An immersive sim. It is it won.
It's apparently a bad game.
Look, game direction does not equal good game.
Yeah, that is true. It basically is a unique sort of feel. And you know,
It's says it right there on the screen. Awarded for outstanding creative vision. And
again, how do you not give this to Psychonauts too?
Psychonauts is basically a platformer, mate.
Did you play it?
I have yet to play the first one.
Okay, so you don't know what you're talking about.
I literally haven't played any of them.
You really should probably
have you played all of
them
yourself?
Your mouth. Yes, they're fucking amazing. They're one of my favorite games of all time.
But that's the problem with these game voting things. It is kind of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not what you think, and I insist that you play it before we have.
I need to play. Yeah, I do need to play the Psychonauts and definitely the first one, but I just don't have the time.
Okay, let's move on from this extreme amount of copium.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's move on. Oh, speaking of Marvel stuff, hey, pilot, hey,
I'm
hey,
done.
hey.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. No,
Best
no
narrative-
more. This is a sham. This is a fraud. This is a bullshit thing. Best narrative goes to Guard. Fuck you. I am done. I'm out. I'm going out. Have a wonderful week. You guys, we're sexy. Give us money. I'm done. Bye.
Oh, poor
And he
pilot.
actually left.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, we are left only two of us, and yep, we
Oh,
can say
no.
anything about the pilot as we wish to.
Oh no.
Oh yes, oh that's how far Marvel gaming division has driven the poor pilot, my friends.
Oh no.
That is so far as to even see the winning thing being Marvel. Oh boy. Well, let's move on then. Really quickly.
What do we got next? Best art direction. Deathloop again. Haven't seen the game. Honestly, that much.
I would say art direction. I would say Psychonauts definitely won that one. My view, but I don't know. Kenna maybe also, but it's kind of hard to say. Ratchet and Clank. No. No. All right, moving on then. We got best score and music. Well, we got Nier Replicant.
Of course we have Nier Replicant.
Of
That is
course.
like, of course. Fucking. I'm assuming it was a close call between Cyberpunk and Nier.
I would say so, because the thing is, difference between Nier is that Nier had one specific theme or direction that it would go with their score and music. However, Cyberpunk, being an open world more or less, had to accommodate multiple types of music, and thus that sort of muddies the whole experience. However, it had wonderful tracks, truly had wonderful tracks, and yep, one of the good things about Cyberpunk was the music. So yeah, surprisingly.
I'm not surprised about this because out of all 5 of these, Nier is the only one who I know that I got a bunch
Absolutely.
of spam on YouTube about Nier music when it came out.
Yeah, the previous Nier, what was it? Not Replicant.
Nier Automata?
Yeah, that one was really good too. Music, absolutely wonderful. But however, let's see, which year was it released? Was it 2018? Oh, god damn it, I don't remember. But basically, at the same year it was released, there were some interesting competitors as well. However, I'm rather surprised that, well, we don't... Wait, let's see, Doom Eternal was released last year. Damn it! Ah, fuck. So yeah, I suppose there was no particular competitors.
Actually... Wait, no. They wouldn't put DLC in here, would they?
Yeah, Doom had the DLC, but that music...
Devil May Cry 5.
Ah! That too, maybe so.
Virgil's DLC came out this year, I'm pretty sure, and it has the best gaming soundtrack for the last 10 years. Fuck you, fight me.
Fair enough. All right, what else we got? We got audio design. Excuse me, the fuck?
Of course, it's a driving game.
But audio design...
Vroom Vroom is easy to make good.
The problem with driving games generally is that they basically slap in literally the top 20 best-selling music pieces on the hit radio or whatever, right? And that call it a day. Audio, or maybe, technically audio design, it also refers to actually, the in-game, not music, but actually sound effects and so on and so forth. So I highly doubt that it really had it, but who knows?
Just a quick call out. Dick Thunders on YouTube. You have a wonderful name, and I agree with you. We should vote for Elite Dangerous in every single category out of meme. Moving on.
Kill me, please.
No, Dick Thunders is too good.
Agreed. Right. So best performance. Let's see. Resident Evil.
Maggie Robertson as Lady Dimitrescu. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, no. In that same game, Helsing was really good. Like, his voice performance was just perfect.
Heisenberg, you mean?
Yeah, Heisenberg. Heisenberg, yes. His voice performance was just perfect. Like that totally stood out for me most. However, Lady was also pretty good. Hard to say, but All right, fair enough, fair enough. At least Resident Evil did get something, so that's good. All right, let's see. Games for Impact. The fuck? For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. Jesus fucking Christ.
How did Before Your Eyes lose? What the fuck? Of course it's Life is Strange.
Well, Life is Strange is an indie darling, or basically just
Oh,
narrative
Jesus.
darling these days. And who can blame them? Sure, but the first one was really good.
Honestly, I am surprised because Before Your Eyes was very unique.
Okay.
It's a game where you need a webcam and you need to look at this. The webcam needs to be above the screen so you can see your eyes, and the game moves on when you blink.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Well, anyways, all right. There are plenty more topics to go through. Right. So best ongoing, Final Fantasy 14 Online.
Hands down.
Hey.
Yeah. Just three of these are battle royales, which just fucking
It's
kill me.
disgusting. Yeah.
And one is a gacha game, so of course the one that actual people play would win.
No, yeah, it's actually interesting. I remember when I was in PAX East, let's see, it was 2018, right? I still saw plenty of people just walking around, mentioning Final Fantasy 14 when it came out, right? Relatively recently at that point. And, it's interesting to see that it actually has grown within this pandemic time. It actually has increased its player base quite consistently. And, well, from what I hear, at least the gameplay is really decent too. So, hey.
Yeah, you know what helped that a lot?
Well, being shit.
Blizzard basically suiciding itself.
Yeah.
Yay.
That was, yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, it's interesting that actually, yeah, just 3 goddamn battle royales. God could fucking kill me, man. Where's Warframe? Like, properly Warframe. Although, technically, this year, Warframe didn't really release anything interesting. Next year, they will be releasing the what was it? The New War. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see here next year. Who knows? We'll see. Right, next, indie. We got Kana. Okay, need to play it then, but yeah.
I am currently going through Inscription on my stream. I was doing like my first play before this started.
Okay.
And honestly, I think Inscription should have won. Just the atmosphere and the deck building aspect, interacting with the story and the escape room aesthetic. Just chef's kiss.
All right then. Let's see. After that, come on. We got best mobile game. We can skip this one. Okay. Moving on.
Of course, it's Genshin.
Yeah. Best community support. We got again Final Fantasy.
Considering how good Final Fantasy's community is, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's see. Moving on then. Innovation in accessibility.
Presented by Chevrolet, of course. Forza Horizon 1. Fucking hell.
Yeah. It's too bad we don't have Pilot here, because Marvel's Guardians of Galaxy certainly should have won. Okay, never mind. But no, yeah, usually driving games tend to innovate on accessibility, mostly because also they don't really have that much of a complex of a control scheme. But yeah, well, this one.
I just find it funny that it was presented by a car company.
Well, hey, they're trying to be, I don't know, fad. I don't know, appealing to the youngins.
It's funny because it's presented by a car company and the game about cars won.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Now that I think of it, very, very fair. Right?
Makes you think.
Oh, look at that. Best VR AR. Let's see. Expect to Die 2, Hitman 3. We got Lone Echo, Resident Evil 4, which I actually would like to play on VR if.
Considering I've only heard about one
of
these
God damn it,
5.
it's an Oculus. Fuck me. Right, it was only Oculus exclusive. Such a fucking annoyance. And Sniper Elite VR, huh? Interesting. Rebellion developments, they've been spotty when it comes to releasing things, but I don't know. Maybe that would have been interesting. However, Expect to Die, actually, frankly, I would expect to win more than any of them, because that's a proper VR title, sort of, at least built up from ground up, if you will. But oh well, it is what it is. It's not like that many VR games actually come out that often. So this year's been actually filled with some interesting things. Let's see, best action
not
game, Returnal. Huh. Okay.
I've heard it's good.
Okay.
Nothing to say really about this category.
Yeah, no, I mean, Deathloop, I mean, if it won, or was nominated for the Game of the Year, then you kind of expect it to at least win here. Or Far Cry 6, because, that's basically going for it. Back 4
Far
Blood.
Cry,
Yeah.
it's been backsliding since third
that
one.
is true, yeah. It's never liked any of the Far Cries myself, so, yeah. At least gameplay-wise, so. Story-wise, this one also kind of sucked, frankly. Oh, well. Back 4 Blood, basically Left 4 Dead, but slightly better on few parts, but basically going into a looter-shooter mode rather than actually shooting zombies. So
I mean, you'd think so, because it's developed by the same company that
no,
did
it is
Left 4
developed by
Dead.
the same guys. However, the new take on the gameplay, adding that looter-shooter aspect, that's what I... Yes, it's nice and interesting, but it takes away from that focus of actually shooting zombies and avoiding them. That kind of sucks, and that's why Left 4 Dead for me is actually a better game.
Was Alex this year's VR game? It
No,
wasn't.
It was last year's, and Alex actually won VR last year, I think, as well. So there we go. Let's see, best action adventure, such a
Oh god,
broad...
Pilot would have so many things to say about this.
Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah, Guardians of Galaxy.
And Psychonauts lost.
Oh yeah, honestly, I'm surprised that Metroid won, but okay, fair enough. Need to look into it, but I don't think it's on PC either way. But there's plenty of games to play. I'm rather surprised that Village is actually here, because action adventure. I mean, it's such a broad, tight or genre. Generally speaking, anything can be action adventure these days. So, and might as well be called Nothing Burger category.
much.
So, yeah. Anyways, what we got? Best role playing.
How is Monster Hunter in the role-playing category and not the action category? What the fuck?
Maybe it lost in action.
It's not. It's nothing like. It's not a role-playing game. What the fuck? I mean, Tales of Arise. Okay, yeah, I've seen how it does on Steam. It's like very popular. Fine, sure, whatever. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Heard it's okay. Nothing to write home about. Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus is just the animeist of anime that has ever animated.
I mean, that kind of fits the genre, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. But Monster Hunter in the role-playing category, what?
I mean, it kind of is, isn't it? You're role-playing as a hunter, but then again, you can say literally about any other game like that, so... Yeah.
In the same way, Devil May Cry is a role-playing game.
Well, the hack and slashiness kind of exceeds.
It has
that,
character
so,
customization and progression.
Fair enough. Oh god, best fighting games. Yeah.
Guilty Gear, well deserved.
Fair enough.
Well deserved.
Fair enough.
It is an anime game, yes, but there's a reason that people say that Guilty Gear is a metal album that comes with a free game. And the free game is more often than not super good.
All right.
So...
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see what we got. Best family. It Takes Two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. I suppose so. Let's see. Pokemon. Actually, Pokemon Snap losing that one. It's kind of weird because a lot of people did, really want this thing to be a thing, basically. And look at that, 3 fucking Marios. Wow, Nintendo. Just wow.
I mean, it's the Nintendo category. It's the Nintendo category.
Yeah, I suppose. Fair enough. But goddammit, 4 Nintendos and lost to the It Takes Two. That's kind of interesting. All right, best sim strategy. Ooh, Age of Empires. Oh, right. It already came out, huh? All right, then we'll have to take a look at that. But honestly, I am surprised that Microsoft Flight Simulator did not win this one. Because, frankly speaking, it looks good. Yes, it has performance issues, still to this day being bottlenecked by CPU, generally speaking. But
One of these things is not like the others.
Evil Geniuses?
No, I mean Microsoft
Description?
Flight Simulator.
Ah.
I can see the other ones like falling into the strategy category, but Flight Sim is just a simulator.
Well,
What?
it literally is same strategy. So,
Focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay.
Yeah, that's an interesting description. Why put a sim in there? So, yeah, just strategy games and then sim games. But, yeah, well. I frankly would
well.
have gone with Flight Simulator because Age of Empires is a bit too fresh to actually sort of put a definitive mark on it. But hey, if it's good,
Yeah,
then we'll
fair
see.
enough.
We'll see.
Fair enough.
So yeah, return to the good stuff when it comes to Age of Empires finally, because Age of Empires 3 was not actually the greatest. Actually, it was pretty shit. Oh well.
You're gonna get a lot of flack for that on the internet, my dude.
They know what's up. Everyone's playing Age of Empires 2 anyway, so. Anyway.
Fair.
All right, sports sim racing, or basically either a good driving game or an exploitative as fuck, regurgitated sports game.
Oh, we're
Yeah, I
talking about
wonder which
FIFA?
one will win. That and many other versions. FIFA, PES, American hand egg business game thing, whatever. Management games, when it comes to sports games as well, I suppose they count. And yeah, all of them can go fuck themselves, truly, because literally barely any of them are actually innovative or interesting or just actually brings out anything worthwhile. Well, besides actually bringing in new ways to actually milk their, players, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Riders Republic actually is interesting, sort of as far as I've seen. So, kind of weird that Forza wins, but I mean, yeah, it's very polished and blah blah blah. So I suppose it's fair enough. FIFA, Madden, Cancer, yep, pretty much. Right, best multiplayer, huh? Now
It Takes Two.
It's kind of interesting. New World. Why was New World nominated? Okay, Valheim. That's the interesting. Why did Valheim not win? I haven't played it, but I know its impact as well.
I'm assuming it's because it's an indie game.
Maybe.
It Takes Two is a AAA title, right? Of any other AAA title that's in here, like Monster Hunter and Back 4 Blood, yes, I can see how the multiplayer in It Takes Two is a lot better. New World is a triple B. So let's go with that.
Yeah, oh god, that's a whole fucking mess. But yeah, pretty much.
Knockout City was fun for like a week and then it just fell off the radar completely. Valheim was fun for a month and then fell off the radar.
What?
Like
No,
one's
it's
been
still
talking
up
about
and
it for.
going, dude. Plenty.
Yeah, but like I don't think anyone's been talking about it for a long time.
I suppose when it launched, I remember there were just for a couple of months easily you could read in the news, hey, this new mod brings out this, or hey, they found an exploit, or hey, players did this. It's basically such a hot topic that you can talk about just players fucking around. So
Yeah, fair.
Kind of, at least from the outset, it kind of felt like it should have won. But all right, fair enough. Okay, content creator of the year, Dream.
The only thing I can say about all these people and like date myself horribly is who the fuck are they?
Dream does basically all sorts of Minecraft-based stuff and quite quality stuff. However, he's been marred in a little bit of controversy for cheating in speedrunning this year. So
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the only person of all these that I know of. So, oh well, moving on. Let's see, best debut indie, huh? Valheim should have won, frankly.
Yeah.
That's,
Valheim was a lot more in the zeitgeist than Kena.
Indeed.
Kena was just a high budget one, methinks.
Fair enough, yeah. Right, let's see what else we got. Oh god, it's presented by Prime Gaming. Most anticipated game, Elden Ring. What a fucking surprise!
Do you have any idea what Elden Ring is about?
Well, story-wise, no, we don't really know much, but yeah.
I watched the story trailer, all 7 minutes of it.
Ah,
I
yes,
understood
yes,
fucking
yes.
nothing about what's going on.
That's from software, mate. It's from software, and well, all you need to know is this is another, well, basically from the outset looking, a Dark Souls 4. So, yeah, uh, people really like Dark Souls, and this is gonna be Dark Souls, and I like Dark Souls, and I agree with this decision for the Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls,
Dark
Dark Souls,
Souls,
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls, indeed. However, Horizon Forbidden West, really, really pretty looking game. Of course, the first one, absolutely recommend playing through it.
Do we know anything about Ragnarok though?
I don't think that more than just one or two trailers came out, and that's it. So, Starfield is an
same as
interesting one as well, because only one trailer and basically concept art pictures came out, so it couldn't get really that much.
wasn't there
hype.
that like interview with Todd Howard and the lead designers for
Yes.
Starfield that came out recently?
They said some words, and frankly speaking, the words that Todd says, 16 times the detail, let's remember that, are very trustworthy. 16 times.
To me, it sounded like in that Starfield trailer that Bethesda knows what they're good at, which is like these insanely detailed, alive feeling worlds.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if it is basically a Skyrim in space, fuck yeah, it's my sort of wheelhouse when it comes to content creation, and partly also, you know, the game enjoyment on the Skyrim side. So fuck yeah, both. If that basically is it, then yeah, I'll probably start making content on it. Who knows? It'd
Yeah,
be
you're
pretty
right,
interesting.
Commander Revco. Hype around space games is a bad thing. We all learned the hard way.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget about yeah, Star Citizen and not
A certain citizen of the stars, yeah.
quite indeed. Legend of Zelda though is interesting. Never been really much of a Nintendo person, but hey, if you're interested, there you go.
Hey, Breath of the Wild is very good.
Fair enough. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. All right.
It's just that
yeah.
we haven't heard anything about the sequel for months, if not years.
I suppose so. Anyways, best esports game, and this is
League of Legends, moving on.
I no. This is bullshit. Just bullshit. Dota is far more played. In fact, even more played than Dota is Counter-Strike. In fact, it is
Look.
the pinnacle of esports, but oh well. Far
No,
be
League
it.
brings in the numbers. Dota isn't as popular as League. Dota brings in the money, League brings in the viewers. Especially in the Asian markets. It's why a lot of the recent champions in League have been very anime.
Well, I'll take you at your word. Esports athlete. Don't know any single one of them. Sorry, guys.
None of them are from Dota. Okay, moving on.
Okie dokie, moving on. Esports teams. Yeah, okay.
Navi?
Apparently, yeah, Navi is actually getting some pretty decent wins this year. So apparently, and yeah, well deserved. So.
And
right on,
apparently the
guys.
team that won the international team spirit, no, wasn't the best.
Oh well. Years change, you know. All right. Best esports coaches. Also, really don't know any of the people, but good on you, I guess. Esports
no.
event.
Esports events, TI would probably be.
Why did leagues win? Because internationals.
Because it's League of Legends.
But internationals are far more. I don't know. I always had the perception that yeah, league is more flashy, but actually more substance is in internationals. But oh well. Oh, I guess so. You know what's missing
that
from
one for
this?
the categories.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what's missing from this screen? Overwatch. Poor Overwatch. Oh, or HOTS.
There's nothing poor about Overwatch.
Oh yeah, that actually yeah, you're right. Oh well. All right. Well, we got a few more topics if we are feeling up to it. But all right,
I mean, it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run a couple of things, right? So during Game Awards, there was also Halo TV show's trailer announced, so we'll see how that goes. There's been actually a TV show for Halo before. I need to see that. Apparently, it was so we'll see how this one goes. There's also a rhythm-based shooter coming out. Before that we had Bullets Per Minute, which is really good game, an indie game, and highly recommended. But Hellsinger
Does it feature metal?
Yes, it's literally
I'm sold.
bullets. It's bullets per minute paired with Doom. Literally, it looks like Doom. It plays like bullets per minute. And
Do we know who's the composer?
we'll have to take a look at. But indeed, the music, yeah, you can look it up on Steam. It is actually available. So yeah, the trailer is actually pretty cool. So go for it. After that, we got It Takes Two. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we got that new Star Wars game. After that, we got Space Marine, yeah. We got Unreal. Yes, Unreal 4, 5. That is the Matrix.
Okay,
nonsense and
hold up. They got Matt Heafy from Trivium, and they got Soilwork in there as well. Holy shit! Lamb of God.
Wait.
This
Yes.
is-
indeed.
This is some stacked as fuck lineup for that Hellsinger game. Holy
We'll see.
shit!
Yeah, no, I mean, it looked good. It played, or at least looked like, again, the bullets per minute, just with the Doom style. And, well, hey, fuck yeah. So, that's something to look
Jesus.
forward
Okay, I'm sold. Holy hell! Add to wish list.
to. Indeed. Right, and the last thing, at least all my topics are done. If you want to mention anything else.
From the things I want to mention is the new Star Wars game, which everyone was
go for it.
super hyped about, which looked like like Dune in the trailers. And then I don't know why, but people were disappointed by who was fronting it, which is Quantic Dream of Detroit Become Human fame.
Yeah, that game was this divisive, if you will, but
Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. Oh, actually, yeah. Now that I say it out loud, I see it. All three of those games were like,
eh.
eh.
So yeah, that's the best you can say, really.
But the trailer looked
high
hype.
budget, but I mean, sure. I mean, last single-player Star Wars thing was what the fuck was it called? But it was good, right? So hey, you never know. Maybe.
You never know. Yeah. Now that Disney is behind it.
That's actually a bad thing, but fuck it,
It's
at
better
this
than LucasArts. It's better than LucasArts Studio, because they were just sitting on the IP and not letting anyone do anything with it.
That was by the end of it, but at the beginning, I mean, Lego Star Wars games, those were really good, and a few other
The best
LucasArts
Star
games.
Wars games.
Yeah, me too. I love them. So yep, there's that. Anyways, I suppose that's about it on the topics we got for today. Yes, got to say big thanks to Goshawk. Hey, 28 months subscribe. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. And Prism as well. What's up, Latvian man? Well, we're two Latvian men here, so...
Oh, shush, it's a secret.
Well, thanks for subscribing regardless. Yeah, for the evening, that's about it for the news. Actually been quite an interesting week overall. So, yeah, end of the year. Certainly looking forward to the most on the Hellsinger myself. So, but anyways, that's it. Yep, that's about it. I'll see you the next week, probably when I release the Hypercritical and all that stuff. But until then, I'll see you all whenever I stream, I guess. Take care of you, folks, and of course, check out Patreon and all that wonderful stuff.
Oh, and no shoutouts for me, really.
Oh, okay, fine. Look out for Fall Leaf in the Twitch sides. He streams as well.
I stream occasionally. Currently, I was actually in the middle of an inscription stream, which I'm going to be continuing after the podcast, which you can come check out on
Actually, yeah, I'll post your link
twitch.tv/foulleaf.
Yeah.
And I stream occasionally, basically whenever I feel like it. Don't trust the Twitch schedule. It hasn't been accurate for a year and a half, and I'm too lazy to update it.
There you go, folks. All right. Take care of yourselves, fellas.
Yep.